Hey Sunlight, I appreciate you, but could you ruin my footage a little more? G'day peeps, my name is Scribbs and welcome to this special occasion. An occasion that's actually so special that even though I already drank an energy drink yesterday, that I've decided to buy another one today. Now you guys might not know this, but I usually don't do that 2 days in a row. Even though I am a work-at-home lazy slob, then I still do have standards. But today is special because today is my birthday. Today I'm turning 20, and today I'm also finally exiting the vast period of my life known as teenagehood. It's crazy stuff really. So today I felt what was the best way to celebrate my birthday other than to do a Q&A. Now I will apologize beforehand because of my haircut and because you're gonna have to see it so up close now because this is almost a vlog basically, but the quarantine is up and down and so are the hairdressers, so you might have to see some makeshift solution soon. Who knows, I might have to go for like a nice ponytail or something just to keep this mess under control. But you know what? I've been doodling for too long. It's time to pop open my 20s with a good Q&A, and I've been asking for you guys questions several times now, so I don't want to see a single comment out there saying that you missed out on this. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. I'm also using my phone because I thought it would be more interesting to have like a prop on screen instead of just reading it off the screen. Aren't I fancy? Now also a little disclaimer, because this is my 20th birthday, that means that I'm pretty much taking all questions. That means I'm not just taking the stupid silly ones, I'm also taking ones that can get a little bit up there in terms of philosophy, so I hope you guys are up for that one. But let's start with an easy one. Alex V Games and More says, when you were a kid, did you want to be anything else other than an artist/YouTuber? If you did, why? Also, have an awesome birthday. Bonus, did you think your channel would get this far? Now this one is actually surprisingly tough for me, because my story compared to a lot of different YouTubers is maybe slightly different. For some people, they just sort of blew up out of nowhere, they were doing something sort of as a hobby or to do something different, and then they stumbled on YouTube. But I actually very much went into YouTube with the mindset of wanting to become a YouTuber. I liked doing YouTube ever since I was 12, and I started taking it serious already around like age 14, and then I made multiple channels, scrapped multiple channels, and I learned a lot through those years. So I've always been wanting to become a YouTuber, but I think if I had to think of another job, maybe a teacher or anything to do with animals. I would love to be the guy who shoots like a documentary or something like that. Did I think my channel would come this far? I didn't know. I just took multiple shots with multiple channels and I was just hoping at one point one of them would stick, and it appears to be this one. So that's very cool. BrownieZ asks, why is pizza round, and are you an alien that comes to invade the Earth? Now, my Danish accent might make me sound somewhat like an alien to some of you out there who might be more natively in like English, and sorry for stumbling my words there. That's just how it is with language barriers. I'm sorry if I sound like an alien. And also, why is pizza round? Well, how assumptuous of you. Why do you assume that a pizza has to be round? My mom used to make me square pizza all the friggin' time, and you know what? It was delicious. So pizza doesn't just have to be round, you just need a broader mindset. Terraria asks, between vaporwave, lo-fi, and old school hip-hop, which genre do you like the most? Now that is a really interesting question, and a hard one to answer because I've been actively trying to expand my music taste for years now, just because I have a bunch of different friends with a bunch of different like tastes for music, and I wanted to be able to like participate and understand their view on some things and like the things they were passionate about. So I liked expanding my tastes, and people liked a lot of different things. But I will say, if I just have to pick one, people give lo-fi a lot of shit, but there's some good lo-fi out there, and I find it the most relaxing. I need a lot of relaxing music a lot of time. Tesser2D, holy shit, Tesser, you still around? Good god. I found your Steam and Reddit, do I get cookies now? Absolutely not, you just make it seem like a better and better decision that I changed the password on a bunch of my stuff, because people have somehow managed to trace down my Steam account, and I've already noticed that I've got a bunch of friend requests. But I'm mostly worried about my Reddit account, because you can't really private a Reddit account, so maybe I just need to make a new one. But thank you for the heads up, Tesser, thank you. Adelis Mary Rose asks, maybe you've answered this already, but what's your opinion on LGBTQ+? I support all of it. The L, the G, the B, the T, the A's, everything that falls under the plus umbrella, I support all of it. And also, I am part of it, so being against your own community would be kinda weird. Geometrical Boat says, hello Scribbly, I've been wondering if you're gonna make a community Discord soon. I've been wondering that too, and my friend, it's all about time constraint. There's a lot of people that have been asking for a Discord, and I really do need to make one at some point, but I don't meddle a lot with Discord. I've never made a server or anything like myself. I'm considering also joining the PA Discord somewhat soon, because I know that there's a lot of people that have invited me on there, which, by the way, thank you, very cool, this year. Let's say this year, shall we? I can put a promise on this year I'll make a community Discord. Colin Mask says, Happy B-Day. Q, how do you truly feel about your fans? Do you really appreciate us or what? I'm sorry if I sound rude, by the way, and I beg you, please be honest. There's a lot of channels out there that do gratitude and showing gratitude and like saying they're thankful to the community in a way that makes it almost seem very shallow and in some ways not really that genuine. And it can create that sort of divide between creators and viewers. And everyone has their different way of saying their opinion about their community, but here's the best attempt I can make. The last channel I had before this one was a channel I had in 2015. And in 2015 was not a good year for me. I was really deep down in the ditches. I had general anxiety, I had depression at that point, not just self-diagnosed or anything. I had medium to severe depression, even though I don't think I was aware of it at that point. So much so that even a single comment on a single YouTube video would actually spark joy in me, like deliberate joy. And I'd feel good about that for like at least 20 minutes before it would start to wear off. It was crazy. And that point where I could appreciate every single comment I got is a reference point that I've used on my fan base all the way to this day, and I will continue to use it to the future. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Some of you guys might be a little bit young, some of you guys might be a little immature, some of you guys might be a little bit clingy when it comes to Project Arrhythmia or any sort of series that you really enjoy and want me to continue playing, but I appreciate you. Nonetheless, because I remember what it was like when you guys weren't here. And that was miserable. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Of course, some people have stuck around for longer. Some people have helped more actively in terms of giving me that hope. But it's a collective thing. You're all really helping push this channel forward by just fueling my inspiration to keep doing this. Hope that wasn't too milquetoasty of an answer, but once again, it's pretty hard to really nail that topic. James Do, I know you've literally just finished Terraria, but do you intend to ever touch Terraria mods? I've been considering it, although I know that Terraria Journey's End is gonna come out at some time soon, and I don't want to be in the middle of a Terraria modded Let's Play before, like at the point where that comes out. Then I just want to play that right off the bat. Kalivi Nightly Gaming, I wonder if you'd play One Shot sometime in the future. Happy birthday, Scribbly, from me. Thank you very much, and boy, would I love to play that game. You guys might not know One Shot, I might not have mentioned One Shot a lot, but One Shot is one of my favorite friggin' games of all time, especially after the Solstice content came out. If you want a game that's sorta like Undertale, where you just have some really freaking amazing characters, except where you feel way more involved, and trust me, when you play the game, you know exactly what I mean when I say this game is freaking immersive, then go play One Shot. It's a cheap game, it's a freaking amazing game, and if you love story and characters and all that good jazz, then just play that. Am I going to play it in the future? Maybe, for a nostalgia playthrough. Blazy, yay, happy birthday, Scribbs, ooh woo. Anyways, I have a really important question for you. Will you join the PA server? I'm considering it! Your boy Picky, happy birthday, Scribbs. Who's your favorite PA level creator and what's your favorite level of theirs? Don't make me choose between my children, please. There's so many good levels out there. Well, happy birthday, Scribbs. I wish you will have many subscribers soon, like an eagle flying high into your dreams and targets. Let the light of happiness make your day fantastic. Let your soul shine with kindness. I wish you will have many great memories, and the last part of my congratulations is that you are happy, optimistic, ooh woo, talented soul. Happy birthday again. You're a great YouTuber. Thank you so much, aw man. I could feel some freaking energy through that comment, so thank you. Shashank Sharma, hey Scribbs, congrats in advance on crossing the teens and going into the T's. I'm still in teenhood. This is a personal cue. Do you suffer from any mental health issues like anxiety or depression or other? I do, and you help me a lot to cope with it and keep me sane. So if this is too personal, it's okay if you're not comfortable discussing it. Don't worry, it's totally fine to ask questions like that. I actually wanted to multiple times just say that it's completely okay in these Q&As to ask something that might be a little bit out there. I don't shy off questions like that, so it's totally fine to ask stuff like that. But have I had any mental health issues? Yes I have. And none of them like self-diagnosed. Please, if you suspect you have any sort of mental disorder, go to a doctor, go to a therapist, make sure you actually have those things so you can work with those right and you have the proper tools to work against it. if you just sort of self-diagnose, you can end up belittling actual like mental health issues, and that's not good for anyone. But my very first case was in the beginning of my teens. Where I sort of out of nowhere, well, I actually went to like the doctor and the hospital for quite a bit because I had something with my kidney, and then they just put me in therapy just because they have to do that to make sure I'm not traumatized as a kid or something. At that point I found out I did not only have anxiety, but I also had a developing type of anxiety, which it sort of took its steps. At first they called it generalized anxiety disorder, then they stepped it up and said, oh shit, he has agoraphobia, whatever the frick that means. And then they were like, oh no, it's not anything specific he's scared of, he just gets panic attacks of the thought of panic attacks. So, panic disorder. Yeah, I basically have panic disorder, and what that disorder is, it's a type of anxiety where you can get panic attacks at the thought of having panic attacks. It sucks. But yeah, that mental illness was basically just sort of a jumping off platform into just a bunch of other stuff, such as I said, actual major depression, I think it's called, medium to severe. I had that for a long time, switched back and forth, and it's only now that I'm really sort of coming out of those, and I'm actually sort of starting to feel like I have complete control, and I have the tools to work with mental illness and stuff. And I feel I'm very lucky because I'm a very young age to have those tools to work with anxiety and depression and be able to, like, I don't know, just work with my own brain like that, I guess. So for that I'm very thankful, but yeah, I guess that's also why turning 20 is such a milestone for me, because my teens were not necessarily a good time at all. Official Dre asks, a simple question, what's your favorite memory in life? Now that is a really great question, because it's usually hard to pick out just one. For a very, very short time in my life, about like a couple, like I think about one summer maybe, I actually lived in China. In the outskirts city of Yantai. No, not hentai, Yantai. And while that city in itself was pretty dirty, it was pretty weird, and I got a bunch of crazy stories from coming back from that place, then I still had some of my greatest memories there, which was probably going to a Japanese restaurant. yeah, in China I went to a Japanese restaurant, and they just had a bunch of really good food, and it's just some of the fondest memories I have with my mom, my dad, and my sister. Mashupper, how old are you? I'm now 20, believe it or not. It's crazy. Nafiza Wahab, have you heard of A Hat in Time? It's a great game. It is, and I have played it with a bunch of my friends too. It's a very great game. It's like Mario Odyssey, but more indie. GD Kepler, what does your parents think of your YouTube career? They don't know yet. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, there's very few people in my social circle. I think actually only one person who knows of the existence of this channel yet, but I suspect that because of you guys being a growing number and all that, and my channel like getting more and more out there, that's only on a timer. I think people will find out eventually, so that'll be interesting to see how that'll develop, but I'll keep you guys posted. Official Dre, I had another question in another post, but I might as well ask another one. How are you taking the quarantine? I myself am taking it very well. I mean, my schedule is not much changed from what it usually is because I'm a YouTuber, and luckily I have that luxury of being able to work at home. And a lot of other people don't have that. A lot of people are now home, bored, and I know that a lot of you guys are also in quarantine. You can't go to school, stuff like that. So basically you're stuck at home, and that is the absolute best thing you can do right now. That's the only way that we can really fight this together. That is actually by staying at home, complying with the World Health Services, and helping out doctors by buying them as much time as they need. So everyone needs to self-isolate, and of course that could be boring, but I'm personally finding it, like, just as a YouTuber and someone in the quote-unquote entertainment industry, then I find it very inspiring, because now, or not inspiring as much as motivating, because now I finally need to do something. I need to crank out videos for people because now people need it. People need stuff to keep them occupied at home, something to entertain them while all this is going on. It's getting a little dreary. People are starting to or people have just been in a very it's been a very bad vibe around the world in general. So that's where we come in, and we really need to work hard at this. So I'm personally finding this quarantine period very productive. Mr. Shitpost, what do you think about this year in general? I'm just saying, not a very great start. You're absolutely right about that. I think people have compared 2020 to like a bunch of the last years, and this one has absolutely topped the cake, whatever the term is when it comes to just being an awful year. But yeah, it's not been a good year so far, and it feels like this year has been very long already. It's only been 3 months, and so much stuff has already happened. It's pretty crazy seeing this year go by, just because it's been such a slow and a little bit of a painful process. But we hope that we can ride this one out at least until summer or something, when we can hope that this has calmed down. The thing about this quarantine thing is we don't really know when we can like return to normal life again. It's just as soon as that curve starts to sort of break off in terms of infected, and luckily we are seeing that in a lot of countries. We're starting to see it in China, we're seeing it in South Korea, so hopefully that means that we can sort of get on top of this at least by summer. That's the hope anyway. But I'm not really a person to fall into apathy. Not that much anymore. I had a bunch of years in my teenage life where I was just so apathetic all the time, and like I've just learned to easily recognize when I'm starting to feel that guilt or that little bit of hopelessness, or just everything just sucks. Shitty year on an international scale or not, I was still quite determined at the beginning of this year to make this one of my personal best years in terms of just personal progress, personal growth, and I'm still intending to go on that path. I haven't lost the vigor anywhere else. I've been nothing but motivated by staying inside and being forced to work. So yeah, the passion in terms of everything is still there, and I get that it's a shitty year. I absolutely get that. So let's just get out on the other side as good as possible as we all can, okay? But yeah, I think that was pretty much all the questions. Not all the questions. There were definitely a lot of them out there that I just didn't have time to read, but if I did, this video would be hours long. In fact, it actually already is. It's about 1 hour and 7 minutes long, but hopefully it will get a lot more cut down from that. But yeah, holy crap, I'm 20 now, and it feels no different, not at all. I guess it's just sort of the ending, or putting a lid on what has been a pretty bad decade for me. I mean, of course, there's been a lot of good stuff too, but overall, it was a pretty meh decade, I will say, because there were so many times where I just went through a lot of tough stuff in the duration of that decade, and I'm so ready to actually feel in control of myself, actually have something, a platform to build off of. It's not like when I started off this channel where I tried to scrap things together from nothing. I have something that I can keep developing and hopefully shape into something better in the future. With you guys' help, of course. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for being so freaking supportive throughout the years, especially to you guys who have been sticking around for that long. Yeah, I know it's stereotypical, it's shallow, every YouTuber says it when they reach a goddamn milestone, I know. But there is just no other way to really say it. Thank you so much for the support these last few years. Thank you so much for being here, especially to you guys who've been sticking around for so long, seeing the whole channel change throughout time. Just thank you. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.